The night air hung heavy with the stench of mud and dampness as I stood alone in the trenches. I was a young soldier sent to this nightmarish front, tasked with guarding our territory from unseen threats. The dark maze of trenches stretched out before me, a grim reminder of the horrors of war. Rain began to fall, a cold drizzle that soaked through my uniform and chilled me to the bone. My rifle rested on my shoulder, a familiar weight that was both my lifeline and my burden. I patrolled my assigned route, my senses on high alert in the eerie stillness of the night. Hours dragged on, the relentless rain showing no mercy. I pushed forward against the biting wind, determined to fulfill my duty. In the midst of the storm, with visibility limited to a mere 10 feet, I felt a wave of exhaustion wash over me. It was then that I made the decision to kneel down, just for a moment's respite. The rain continued to pour, my sweat mingling with the cold droplets. I wiped my brow, catching my breath. I had promised myself I wouldn't falter, but the elements were relentless. I forced myself to stand, to continue my patrol, but it was a decision that would forever haunt me. As the wind gradually subsided, I scanned my surroundings and saw something that sent a shiver down my spine. A figure stood before me, bulky and imposing, wearing a dark brown coat that was unlike any uniform I had seen. Panic surged through me as I raised my rifle, finger trembling on the trigger. "Hey!" I shouted, my voice barely audible over the rain and wind. The figure turned to face me, its eyes locking onto mine. They were glossy and devoid of humanity, and its appearance was grotesque. Long, dirty, white hair framed its face, and its nose resembled that of an animal, pressed into its face. My heart pounded in my chest as I barked the command, "Put your hands up." But the figure simply stared, unmoving, unresponsive. Fear gnawed at my insides as I prepared to fire. I squeezed the trigger, the gunshot splitting the night, but the bullet harmlessly ricocheted off the creature's thick fur. My rifle fell from my trembling hands, and I reached for my pistol, firing rounds at the figure, but it remained unfazed. In an instant it was upon me, slashing at my chest with razor-sharp claws. Agony coursed through me as I fell into the muddy trench, clutching my torn flesh. Desperation gripped me as I tried to scramble away, but the creature was relentless. It tore into my neck, and I gasped for breath, choking on blood and mucus. My vision blurred as I lay helpless in the muck, my life slipping away. Weakly, I managed to sputter out a question, my voice a gurgling whisper. What are you?" The creature, its malevolent grin revealing rows of pointed teeth, leaned in close.
"I, my boy,"
it hissed, its glossy eyes locked onto mine.
"I, my boy, am Mr. Trenchfoot."
My eyelids grew heavy, and the world faded away as I succumbed to the darkness, leaving behind a monster with a sinister name, a name that would forever haunt the nightmares of those who survived. It was the night of December 26, 1980, and I, a young U.S. Air Force serviceman stationed at RAF Bentwaters, was about to become part of a chilling chapter in the annals of the unexplained, the Rendlesham Forest incident. The forest was known to the locals as a place where strange lights and unworldly phenomena were commonplace. That night, I was part of a security detail investigating reports of strange lights in the woods. Lights that we initially believed to be nothing more than a crashed aircraft or perhaps a prank. As my fellow servicemen and I ventured deeper into the forest, the sense of unease settled upon us like a heavy shroud. The underbrush rustled with unseen movements, and an unshakable feeling of being watched gnawed at the edges of our consciousness. Then, we saw it, a brilliant pulsating light hovering just above the tree line. It cast an otherworldly glow that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Fear clenched at my chest as we cautiously approached, our boots crunching through the frozen ground. The light seemed to respond to our presence, flickering and shifting in hue. It cast strange, elongated shadows that seemed to reach out for us like ghostly fingers. As we drew closer, the air grew icy cold, and our breath misted in the night. Suddenly the light shot upward with blinding speed, disappearing into the star-studded sky. It left us bewildered and awestruck, questioning the very nature of reality itself. But the strangest part was yet to come. As we ventured further, we stumbled upon a clearing where the forest floor seemed scorched, as though by intense heat. In the center lay a set of mysterious triangular impressions, etched into the earth as if by some otherworldly craft. Panic welled up within us, and we radioed our findings back to base. The voice on the other end was stern and authoritative, instructing us to keep the incident under wraps, to forget what we had seen. But how could we forget? As we made our way back through the labyrinthine woods, a sense of disquiet settled upon our group. Whispers of strange phenomena and government cover-ups had already begun to circulate among us. Night after night, we would hear strange noises outside our barracks, and some of us claimed to have vivid nightmares. Over the years, the memories of that fateful night in Rendlesham Forest have haunted me, as they have haunted my fellow servicemen. The incident remains shrouded in mystery, its true nature still unknown. But one thing is certain: the forest holds secrets that defy explanation, secrets that will forever haunt those who dare to venture into its depths. And as the years pass, I can't help but wonder if the truth will ever be revealed, or if some mysteries are simply destined to remain in the realm of the unsettling and the unexplained. I was a sergeant, tasked with leading a squad of battle-hardened soldiers into the heart of darkness. Our mission objective remained shrouded in secrecy, known only to our superiors. They assured us it was a matter of national security, but as we ventured deeper into the eerie forest, restlessness gnawed at my gut. Our orders were straightforward: infiltrate an enemy compound, extract a high-value target, and extract vital intelligence. It seemed routine enough, but the moment we crossed the compound's threshold, a sense of unease crept over us like a suffocating shroud. The compound's buildings loomed in the moonlight, their windows shattered and their walls scarred by bullets. The air was thick with tension as we moved in silence, our senses heightened and our fingers poised on the triggers of our weapons. As we delved deeper into the labyrinthine compound, unsettling whispers circulated among us. Stories of prior missions gone awry, and the soldiers who had returned broken haunted our thoughts. We brushed them off as wartime superstitions, but as the hours passed, the tension grew. Our objective led us to a subterranean chamber, a dimly lit space filled with flickering fluorescent lights. A low hum resonated in the air, and an acrid odor clung to the walls. It was as if the very walls themselves bore witness to unspeakable horrors. In the center of the chamber, a secure door beckoned. It was our target's location, and as we approached, the air grew colder, and the whispering sounds became more pronounced. We exchanged uneasy glances, but our orders were clear. The secure door revealed a nightmarish tableau. Within, the walls were adorned with photographs, images of soldiers contorted in agony, their eyes vacant, their faces etched with torment. The room seemed to pulse with an ominous energy. As we secured our target and gathered intelligence, a presence made itself known. It was an entity of darkness, its form shifting and shadowy. It whispered malevolent promises, urging us to embrace despair. One by one, my comrades succumbed to its influence. Their eyes lost their spark, and their once steady hands trembled. They muttered incoherent phrases, their voices haunted by an otherworldly resonance. I, too, felt the entity's cold grip, but a glimmer of resistance remained. With every ounce of willpower, I fought to retain my sanity, clinging to memories of camaraderie and the promise of returning home. The entity howled in fury, its presence twisting and contorting. It lashed out, but my resolve held firm. Slowly, the malevolent force began to recede, retreating into the photographs on the walls. When the darkness had finally dissipated, I was alone in the chamber, surrounded by the vacant stares of the photographs. My comrades had been lost to the entity's grasp, their psyches forever scarred. I made my way back to the surface, our mission a success, but at a terrible cost. The military closed ranks around the incident, silencing any discussion of the horrors we had encountered. Years have passed since that night, but the memories of the incident continue to haunt me. The entity's whispers still echo in the recesses of my mind, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of war.